Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Friday, 2nd of August 2024. From the history point of view, Government of India Act 1858. The Government of India Act of 1858 was passed on this day, August 2nd, 1858. It marked an end to the rule of the East India Company in India, as the administrative powers were directly vested in the hands of the British Raj. Starting in the newspaper, and let's see the newspaper, The Hindu states that India does not believe in the expansionism of Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Vietnam's Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh during a joint press statement at Hyderabad House in New Delhi on Thursday. Welcoming Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, Prime Minister Modi highlights the importance of the freedom of navigation in comments indirectly referring to China. India does not believe in the expansionism, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday, indirectly referring to Chinese activities in the South China Sea. Welcoming the Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, Mr. Modi indirectly referred to China and highlighted the importance of freedom of navigation. Speaking at the Indian Council of the World Affairs (ICWA), Mr. Minh Chinh echoed the Indian position on maritime security and called for a collective approach to solving all conflicts, including in the West Asia and in Myanmar. The Vietnamese leader recollected India's contribution to peace building in Vietnam in the 1950s and sought greater cooperation between the two sides in energy and defense and culture. Rajnath urged to stop export of arms and ammunition to Israel. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh arrives at the Parliament premises on July 31st, 2024. Any supply of military material to Israel would amount to a violation of India's obligation under the international humanitarian law and the mandate of the Article 21 read with the Article 51C of the Constitution of India, and the letter addressed to the Rajnath Singh states. A group of 25 concerned citizens, which includes former judge, diplomats, activists, writers, and economists, have written to Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, urging him to cancel license for the export of arms and ammunition to Israel, as it is in the violation of India's commitment under the international law and the constitutional mandate. CRPF to replace 2 battalions of Assam Rifles in Manipur. Kuki Zo groups oppose the move. Assam Rifles in a large-scale joint combined operation with the Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, and Manipur Police. 2,000 Assam Rifles personnel to be relocated to Jammu owing to a series of terror attacks in the region after many years of relative calm. The Central Reserve Police Force, CRPF, is set to replace the 2 battalions of Assam Rifles in the hill districts of the Churchandpur and Kangpokpi. In violence hit Manipur, a government official told The Hindu. Calls for the revenge echo at Haniyya's funeral. Tehran vows punishment. Iranians follow a truck center carrying the coffins of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyya and his bodyguard who were killed in an assassination blamed on Israel on Wednesday. President Pezeshkian assures Hamas that Iran will continue to support the axis of resistance with a firmer determination. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres says the strikes in Tehran and Beirut represented a dangerous escalation. Iran held a funeral ceremony on August 1st with the calls for revenge after the killing in Tehran of Hamas political chief Ismail Haniyya in a strike blamed in Israel. Mohammad Deif, Hamas's shadow commander. Mohammad Deif Wright was the head of the Hamas's Qassam brigade since 2002 and has enjoyed a cult status among the supporters of the militant group. On August 1st, the Israeli military announced that it believed Deif, the head of the Hamas's military wing, was killed in an airstrike on the compound in the outskirts of Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza on July 13. Hamas is yet to confirm its commander's death. On October 7, 2023, when Hamas militants were carrying out a deadly attack in Israel, Mohammad Deif called the attack Operation Al-Aqsa Flood. Today, the people claim their revolution. Deif, the head of Hamas's military wing, is Ad-Din al-Qassam brigade, said in the speech that was released by Hamas on the same day. India to record above normal rainfall in August month than September, predicts in a meteorological department. The country has so far recorded 453.8 mm against the normal of 445.8 mm since June 1st, a surplus of 2% owing to wetter than normal July after the dry June month. Indian Meteorological Department predicts above normal rainfall in India, critical for agriculture and water resources, with the La Nina conditions likely. With the rain to good, landslides killing more than 200 people in the Kerala's Wayanad and intense spells battering Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. The Indian Meteorological Department has forecast above normal monsoon rain in August month and September. Now going to the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Trump says Harris in India turned black recently. His lies spark outrage. Republican presidential nominee and former United States President Donald Trump speaks on a panel of the National Association of Black Journalists NABJ convention in Chicago, Illinois, United States on Wednesday. Washington. Donald Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee for the president, has said that his likely rival, Vice President, and the presumptive Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris, was always Indian, promoted only Indian heritage, then made a turn and became a black person. Delhi court refuses anticipatory bail of former IS trainee Pooja Khedkar. Pooja Khedkar has been accused of faking her identity to get more attempts in the Union Public Service Commission examination. New Delhi. A Delhi court on Thursday refused to grant anticipatory bail to former trainee IS officer Pooja Khedkar, while observing that custodial integration is required to unearth the whole conspiracy. Custodial integration of the applicant accused is required to unearth the whole conspiracy and to establish involvement of the other persons involved in the conspiracy. In the present facts and circumstances, I am of the considered opinion that it is not a fit case to exercise discretionary powers of anticipatory bail in the favor of the applicant, accused. Additional Session Judge AJSJ Devendra Kumar Jangla said in its order. Khedkar has been accused of faking her identity to get more attempts in the Union Public Service Commission UPSC examination than the number of the attempts already allotted, and has been charged with the commission of an offence punishable under the Section 420 cheating, forgery for purpose of cheating, 471 using as genuine or forged document, and 120B criminal conspiracy, Indian Penal Code, 66D Information Technology Act, and 89 and 91 Rights of the Person with the Disability Act 2016. India-China risk of falling into the mid-income trap, World Bank report. New Delhi. More than 100 nations, including India, China, face serious obstacles in their transition to high-income developed economies, aimed at increasing chances of getting stuck in the so-called middle-income trap, the World Bank said in its flagship World Development Report 2024 released on Thursday. Kashmir shawl is the splendor and the misery. A handloom wearing showcasing a traditional Kani shawl wearing during the 42nd Indian International Trade Fair in Pragati Maidan on 15th of November 2023. The most poignant greeting on my late marriage 12 years ago came from a neighbor, Abdul Hamid, who was in his early 50s. A better part of his life had gone into the needle embroidering expensive shawls for his employers for about 12 hours a day. Congratulations, you can't imagine how happy I am. Now pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to open the doors of matrimony for me too. It was heartening that he still harbored hope. Shawls had been his curse. He could neither give up the craft nor earn enough to start a family. A year later, he finally abandoned the embroidery and became a salesman at a hardware store. I imagine him liberated, if not happy, handing sledgehammers to customers a world away from the back breaking art that couldn't afford him a married life. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, after import duty cut on gold, the government to decide future of SGB scheme in September month. Cost of the financing of fiscal deficit through the gold bonds is high. Following the budget announcement to cut the import duty on gold, the government plans to make a final decision regarding the future of the sovereign gold bonds (SGB) scheme in the September month. Sources indicate that the cost of the financing the physical deficit through the SGBs is quite high and does not align with the benefits accruing to investors from the scheme. Indexation benefit withdrawal on the grandfathered tapped mutual fund investments has investors worried. The new LTCG tax regime does away with the indexation benefit available for the calculation of the LTCG on your unlisted assets while reducing the LTCG tax rate to 12.5% from 20%. Specifically, in the case of the tapped mutual funds, the changes appear to be more complicated than for the other affected assets classes. The changes in the long-term capital gains LTCG tax regime announced in the Union Budget 2024-25, mainly the removal of the indexation benefit from tax computation, has triggered some heartburn among long-term investors of debt mutual funds. While the likely impact of the changes on the asset classes like property and gold has been in focus to turn on earlier investments in the debt mutual funds, which offer relatively low but more secure returns, could also get impacted significantly, investors and industry insiders say. Sensex as a record high, Nifty crosses 25,000 for the first time. What has led to this surge? The Building Stock Exchange's 30 shares Sensex jumped to 126.21 points or 0.15%. Close at a record high of 81,867.55 during the intra-day trades. The index touched 82,129.49, also record high. Domestic benchmark stock market indices are closed at a fresh record highs on Thursday, buoyed by an expectation of interest rate cut by the U.S. Federal Reserve in September month this year. The Building Stock Exchange 30 shares Sensex crossed the 82,000 mark for the first time in the morning trades on Thursday. Now going towards the world news, including Ismail Haniyeh assassinated in Tehran. Explosive device found was planted 2 months back at a guest house. Vice President welcomes freed Russian prisoners arriving from United States swamp in Moscow. Trump loses appeal of CAG order in hush money criminal case. Fear of diplomacy to enemies should stay abroad. Here is how world reacted to United States Russia prisoner swap. Bombing in Nigeria's Borno state kills 69 injures dozens. British Prime Minister Starmer warns social media firms after Southport misinformation pure riots. Going towards science and tech, we have proper diet key to managing epidemic of childhood obesity, diabetes. School children take part in walk of the spread awareness on obesity in Vijayawada. Last week, Women and Child Development Minister Annapurna Devi stated in the Lok Sabha that 70% of the children in the age group of 0 to 5 years in India are underweight, low weight for age, while the 36% of the stunted low weight for age and 6% of wasted low weight for her height, all key indicators of malnutrition. After furor, Customs Department removes punitive tax on laboratory chemicals. The Finance Ministry has clarified that all imported laboratory chemicals except denatured ethanol will be taxed at 10% instead of 150%, as was first proposed in the Union Budget. In a relief to scientists and researchers across the country, the Finance Ministry has clarified that all imported laboratory chemicals except denatured ethanol will be taxed at 10% instead of 150%, as was first proposed to the Union Budget of July 23. World Health Organization Chief Tedros says polio detected in Gaza appeals for action. This aerial view shows tents used as temporary shelters for the displaced Palestinians along the strait covered with the stagnant wastewater in the central Gaza Strip on July 19, 2024. Polio has been detected in the samples of the sewage that is starting to take over the Gaza in the grip of the devastating war. The detection of the polio in Gaza is another reminder of the dire conditions the population is facing. The persistence of the conflict hampers efforts to identify and respond to preventable threats such as polio, Tedros adwrote on X. The head of the World Health Organization (WHO) said on Wednesday, July 31, 2024, that the polio had been detected in Gaza and warned that the children in the war-ravaged Palestinian enclave would soon be impacted by the disease if preventative measures were not quickly taken. Diarrhea claims 70 lives in the 3 districts of MP in ongoing rainy season. A temple scene are partially submerged or flooded after heavy monsoon rains lashed Jabalpur last month. In all, about 800 persons have fallen sick with the diarrhea, government health officials said. 70 persons have died with the diarrhea in the 3 districts of Jabalpur division in Madhya Pradesh. So far in the ongoing rainy season, a health official said on Thursday, August 1, 2024. Indian Space Research Organization released a satellite before and after images of landslides at Choralmala in Wayanad district of Kerala. Drone images of Choralmala in Wayanad district of Kerala on August 1, 2024. According to the images released by NRSC, there is evidence of an earlier landslip in the same location. ISRO's National Remote Sensing Center (NRSC) has released high-resolution images taken by the space agency's satellite, which reveal the extensive damage caused by the landslip in Wayanad district in Kerala. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Jalaluddin Muhammad Rumi, or simply Rumi, whose birth anniversary is 30 September 1207 up to 17 December 1273. Was a 13th century poet, Hanafi fiqh, jurist, Islamic scholar, Maturidi theologian, and Sufi mystic originally from Greater Khorasan in the Greater Iran. Rumi's works were written mostly in Persian, but occasionally he also used Turkish, Arabic, and Greek in his verse. His Masnavi, composed in Konya, is considered to be one of the greatest poems of the Persian language. Rumi's influence has transcended national borders and ethnic divisions. Iranians, Afghans, Tajiks, Turks, Kurds, Greeks, Central Asian Muslims, as well as the Muslims of the Indian subcontinent, have greatly appreciated his spiritual legacy for the past 7 centuries. His poetry influenced not only the Persian literature but also the literary traditions of the Ottoman, Turkish, Chagatai, Pashto, Kurdish, Urdu, and Bengali language. Rumi's works are widely read today in their original language across the Greater Iran and the Persian-speaking world. His poems have subsequently been translated into many of the world's languages and transposed into the various formats. Rumi has been described as the most popular poet, is very popular in Turkey, Azerbaijan, and South Asia, and became the best-selling poet in the United States. One of Rumi's famous quotation is he says that you have to keep breaking your heart until it opens. He also says that don't sit and wait, get out there, feel life, touch the sun, and immerse in the sea. Okay, thank you.